In this video, we're going to be playing the final stretch of the first season of my FIFA 11 career mode with Inter Milan. We're in a title chase, we've got the January transfer window, the entire cup run, and all the way to the end of the season, absolutely no simming allowed. Every game played and stats tracked. So you don't need to watch the previous video, but last time we inherited the pieces of a fallen giant. We got a quick trophy that gave us a bit of hope, and then we had a new system that gave us form. We found our style, we climbed the table, and we caught the leaders. And here we are, we're 2 points behind Juventus, crucially with both games played against them. So now let's look into the window and see how we can improve this team. We're currently set up in a 4-1-2-1-2, which initially had Schneider as the 10, but we changed that when we realised that headers were dominating our stats. Schneider wasn't really playing that well anyway. We moved our crosses into positions that could benefit us, and we saw a huge climb in attempted crosses per game, and we went on form from there. But since then, I noticed that we hadn't got a lot of good players in attacking midfield. Coutinho isn't doing that well. He's got 6.45 rated on average, and only one goal involvement was actually from a friendly in the preseason. Otherwise, we just don't really have that kind of player to bring on. So we went in for a young Javier Pastore, currently 80 rated and playing within the league at Palermo. I thought it was a good option because he's young, good rating, but I also thought it was realistic because obviously it's within the league, and we've got so many Argentinians that could persuade him to make a move to us, like Zanetti or Cambiasso. So we managed to get him in for 14.5 million on a 27.4k contract, and he just instantly improves our bench. Meanwhile, I did let Biabiani and Coutinho go out on loan, both to Udinese, as they weren't really getting that involved. Biabiani is on a 6.6 average, by the way. And another side note, Julio Cesar has dropped from an 87 to an 85. So moving on, in the cup, we first encountered Fiorentina, where 2 penalties from rotated Mancini got us through. The next fixture was against Udinese. That's a team that contains Handanovic, Di Natale, Isla, Asamoah, and Alexis Sanchez, not to mention the 2 players we've just given them. We gave a first start to Pastore, and Fred also made a return to the team after his 5-week-long injury. And to be fair to him, he almost made it the full game before having to come off injured again, this time out for 8 weeks. So now that's a total of 13 weeks out. Also, Mazzarati got 2 yellows, putting us down to 10 in the first half. We managed to make it to extra time at 0-0. We scored a pen, Mancini again, that's 3 now. And then our loanee, Biabiani, does this to make it 1-1. Our loanee. And with 12 minutes to go, Story made a lunge on a counter-attack. And on a yellow, mind you, and picked up another, meaning we would go down now to 9. Some lovely link-up play, though, between Eto'o and Maicon almost amounted to something, but in the end, we went to penalties. Mancini kept up his 100% record from the spot. Meanwhile, Eto'o at this point had a literal 50% success rate on the spot, but he scored this one. Pastore converted his, as did Maicon. This actually was an amazing shootout. Look at this Biabiani one. No misses after 12 penalties, meaning our backup keeper stepped up, Castellazzi, and he scored his before, with all his will, he forced Coda to slip and sky the ball, winning the penalty shootout for us 9-8. Story started his time with us well, his first goal being a decisive one against Verona in the league, a lovely calm finish with his left, where he also got man of the match. Against Brescia, he showed lovely agility to get a fantastic early assist, and soon enough he became our main number 8. Allowing us to be able to move him back to centre mid and bring on another attacker whilst taking out defensive players, meaning he became a big guy for us to be able to adapt to the game states. Back in the cup, we conceded first to Napoli, and then Lavezzi got past Santon, who would later pick up the second yellow. And then speaking of fragile second legs, Fred came back just in time for the reverse fixture. And in that game, Eto'o ran through the Napoli offence and squared it to him to get us back in it. And then in minute 69, Milito sets it up for Eto'o, who just can't quite get it in. Minute 84, Samuel has a shot on target. Minute 90, Milito has a 1-2 with Fred, and he squares it to 0-1. Schneider puts it in, he finds Julio Cesar up for the corner, and then the game ends 1-0. Not all comebacks come back. All eyes on getting the Scudetto now. Against Cesena, we had a perfect example of this tactic doing well for us. Mancini got caught doing some crossbar challenge in that game as well, but most importantly, that game took us level with Juventus top with 50 points each. Roma one behind on 49. Eto'o tapped into the force to open the scoring against Bologna. This game was actually quite weird because that was credited as a goal to Eto'o, but then this was credited as an own goal, when Pastore definitely takes the touch taking it to the goal. So personally, I'm counting that as a goal for him in my stats. We beat Genoa, but we blinked first when Jovetic gave Fiorentina the win, meaning once again we fell points behind Juventus. But Julio Cesar ensured the win against Udinese, and Risa conceded the pen in the Roma game, but Eto'o did not convert. Badisso, though, gave us a second chance. This time Eto'o had no problem, and Lucio got us the winner.
It's a goal!
We had a very frustrating game against Catania. In the 90th minute, Zanetti would force a clumsy save. The last chance seemed done. They didn't clear it well enough, and Lucio would get it back in. Maicon taps it on for Zanetti to smash it in near post and earn us the victory. With 7 games remaining, we are still just 3 points from top. Oh, do you remember Gazal? Well, he meant that we dropped 2 points against Bari again, a team we are constantly struggling against at the minute. Pastore with another lovely delicate finish here. That's how all his goals and assists seem to be at the minute, and that would end up being a 4-0 win against Parma. An easy pen decision against Palermo, and once again Eto'o would not convert. His record is not great, 9 taken now, including shootouts. Only 5 scored, so a 55.6% success rate from the spot. The Eto'o-Militao combination would come up trumps though, earning us the points. Now, some stats for you. But over the course of the season, 37.2% of the goals these two scored were assisted by the other. That's 16 goals that they scored assisted by the other. For reference, Messi and Suarez is the best partnership statistically with 119 goal combinations as of August 2025. This is according to Transfermarkt. They've played 310 games together as of writing, which makes a combination record of 0.38 combinations per game, compared to Milito and Eto'o, which in their 42 games also have 0.38 combinations per game, meaning that we're going to have to go to the next decimal, and it's 0.384 for Messi, Suarez, and 0.381 for us. But that just means to show how good a partnership these two are. Militao got us the win against Napoli, and this is how it looked with 3 games to go. Now 2 points separate us. This is actually really good news because it means that if Juve lose and we win, we go top instead of level. We no longer rely on goal difference, which is good. So Juve have Roma, Parma, and Napoli on the final day. We have Cagliari, Milan, and Sampdoria. So make of that what you will. Militao with another goal, becoming the main man to rely on during the title chase, but Juve beat Roma 3-1. 2 games to go, still 2 points between us. Now we play the Milan derby at home, whilst Juve play Parma. If we lose and Juve win, the title chase is over. Our rivals could end it for us. If you like retro FIFA, I'm guessing you like retro kits too. So if you want to help the channel out, click the link below and use the code RETROFIFA10 to get yourself 10% off of shirts from classicfootballshirts.com. They sell great stuff, Inter Milan, so many more teams. And if you buy yourself a shirt from them using that link, it'll help the channel out too. Meaning we can make more, we can make it better, and we can make it quicker. And you get a kit. Back to the video. In the 10th minute, Firmino puts it in for Zava's biggest fan to make it 1-0. It's not looking good. He almost has another chance soon. But Militao would get past Nesta for big old Pandev to make it 1-1.
And it's a goal!
At halftime, we see the Juve score, 5-1. We have to win. Zlatan finds Zambrotta, 2-1. We have chances, but we don't take them. Our rivals end the season for us early. Don't leave just yet, though. We've got plenty of video to go. We've got one more game. We've got the stats. Please do subscribe to see when next season's video comes out, where we're going to try and build on this 2nd place finish. But also keep watching to see the spreadsheet and our season review. So yes, in terms of the table, we're now solidified in 2nd place. We have Champions League football, which is what we kind of aimed to get this season anyway. So we now finish season at home with an apologetic game to our fans, 4-0, with a Fred double, and we say goodbye for the off-season as we now look ahead and think about what's happened. So we have 84 points. We finished 5 behind Juve in the end, 8 above Roma. We secured top 4 as well, which was our plan. We won a trophy and we made the quarters of the cup. In real life, Inter was 2nd as well, but they were only on 76 points, Milan winning it with 82 points, also below us. Juventus, who got ahead of us in the end, actually finished 7th with no Europe that season as well. So realistically, we didn't do too bad. Eto'o took the golden boot, 10 ahead of Militao on 25, and Julio Cesar did take the golden glove as well, 6 ahead of Buffon. Lucio with his 3 red cards, not that bad when you look at it like this. Also kind of cool, in FIFA 11 I forgot you can just change club at will, so we actually could have moved straight to Milan. But of course we're staying because we have a goal. So now let's look at this team. Who gets goal of the season, who gets player of the season, who's in the team of the season, and who makes it in to our all-time channel 11. So stats wise, here is a chart I made earlier that I wanted to bring up. So this is the attempted crosses per game, and you can see the trend line, which is red. That is the average of the 5 games around it. And you have to say this shows an absolute trend for crosses as we went on and developed the team's style. I mentioned this last video, but I also wanted to bring you a new chart related to this. This is cross success rate over the course of the season, which also increased. This may not look that monumental because of the way that I'm showing it, but if we were to blow this up, it's actually, we start clearly around that 25%, so 1 in 4 crosses being a success. And by the end of the season, we're quite consistently more around 50%, so that's half of our crosses being success, which is quite a big increase. This then, though, is less so team analysis, but maybe me analysis. And it kind of shows that I got better at crossing as we learned how to cross in the game, as I got used to the play style. It's also worth noting this doesn't include corners. The game, for some reason, does not count corners as crosses. Also, in the end, we scored 24 headed goals out of 60 open play goals for a total of 40%, still way over the Premier League average of the time, which was 19%. And the only other stat of this I could find is that according to Playmaker Stats, in the 24-25 season, the top scorer of headed goals in the top 5 leagues, plus Championship, an important asterisk there, was Coventry with 15. So shout out to QL there. And Inter was actually joint second with 11. So us scoring 24, that's crazy. So now into player stats. Our top goal scorer across everything was, of course, Eto'o with 28. Then Milito with 15 and Fred with 5. So not bad for someone missing pretty much half the season. Assist-wise, Eto'o was also top with 16. Milito, again, second with 10. None for Fred, but third place was actually the right back, Maicon, which is impressive. I've got the stats up now, so I'm just going to go through them. Average rating-wise, if you ignore players with 3 or less games, Eto'o was top with 7.24. Then actually it's Pastore with 7.06, and no one else is above 7 other than them. Interestingly, Lucio and Samuel actually played the same amount of games, which is interesting despite all the red cards and the games that they had to play without each other. Topping the yellow cards actually is Cambiasso, who got an impressive 8 without ever being sent off. Important note, which is, game management, experience. The same can't be said for Lucio or Samuel, who were sent off 4 times between them. In total, we got 7 red cards and 46 yellows. For comparison, that came out weird. For comparison, I have only logged 2 red cards so far across all my other stats. So that is whole other seasons with like Barcelona, Stoke, and that's 2 red cards compared to the 7 that we've got in this one. And for yellow cards, we got 46 in this season, 26 in all the other stuff. So yeah, we went hard with this team. That's also a part of the playstyle. I probably should have done a chart for that, actually. So needless to say, Cambiasso goes top of the all-time charts for yellow cards. Lucio, Samuel, Mazzarati in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And they also all go top of the reds. So for my player of the season nominees, I'm going to put forward Eto'o, Maicon, Milito, Pastore, and Julio Cesar, who, by the way, only conceded 20 goals in his 41 games, keeping 24 clean sheets. I'm going to give it to Eto'o, though. I think that's a clear choice. 44 goal involvements in 44 games. But that's Manager's Player of the Season. Who is Fans Player of the Season? That you need to comment below. Here are the Goal of the Season nominees. Admittedly, not many bangers this season. We've got Eto'o, Pastore, Schneider. I'm going to give my award to Eto'o. Again, let me know in the comments who's Fans Goal of the Season. For all the awards, just comment below and I'll count up all the comments that mention whatnot, and that will be the Fans Award for that thing. And here is our Team of the Season, which kind of works like Football Manager, where it's not necessarily the highest rated, but it symbolizes what that team is made of. It's pretty self-explanatory when it's just one season. The only surprise in here may be the Montari and Zanetti, because Zanetti played pretty much as much football as a DM and as a left back. So with Chivu being the left back a lot of the time, but Montari had a better season than Chivu with 6.5 over 6.29, so Zanetti's the left back. So yeah, pretty self-explanatory in the first season, but in the second season when we put players in, we get like an all-time Inter best 11, that's when it starts to get interesting. But now for my favourite bit. This is the all-time 11, so this is across everything that we do on this channel, whether it be the career modes, whether it be anything that we play, this is the best 11. And we actually have quite a few inductees. So here is the old 11, and in come our newbies. So firstly, both fullbacks are in. We don't have that many amazing fullbacks. I have played a lot of 3 at the backs, I think that's why. So it wasn't that hard for these guys to get in. But Maicon with 8 assists is fantastic enough, so I think he deserves that place. Butland keeps his spot from the Stoke save, as does Shawcross, and Puyol still finishes that back line. In midfield, no inductions, so Scholes, Xavi, and Iniesta make a really good-looking 3. And then our one addition up top is Eto'o. Goal involvement-wise, he has 44 to Villa's 48, but he played 15 less games than him on a harder difficulty as well. That's quite important. So yeah, Eto'o goes up top, Villa getting pushed wide to left wing, which he did play on occasion for us. And then, of course, Messi is the right winger. On the bench, Julio Cesar does replace Tim Howard. more games and more clean sheets, you know. And then Schneider does make it, but not too impressingly. But Milito rightly makes the bench next to big old Peter Crouch. No centre-backs yet. I mean, we do have a great partnership in Lucio and Samuel. They've got lots of clean sheets, but at the minute, they're just not on the same record with Shawcross yet. I'm sure if we play another season, they'll get there. From comparison, in goals conceded per game, Lucio is our best with 0.41 compared to Shawcross at 0.31. So he's conceding a lot less. And he only conceded 9 goals when he played in that Stoke season. But yeah, let me know if you agree or disagree with any of those decisions. Again, put those in the comments. And that will bring us to the end of the Inter Milan career season 1. Subscribe to see when season 2 comes out, which I'm already going to start work on soon. Let me know who you think I should sign, if anyone, and let me know what other stuff you want to see. Let me know if you liked the video. If you did like the video, like the video. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. This has been really cool.